So I'm ploughing through my music projects here. I've pretty much been putting up so far which stuff that's been in digital form. So it's been like the later stuff from like Geffen 2000 onwards to me more recent Red Diesel. So everything in between, which was always going through digital recorders into WAV files. So the last of that was sort of Argencast. All these projects I'm coming back to as the technology improves even more. I'll just not be able to not to. It's something. It's a hobby of mine. It's something I enjoy doing. I'm not a producer or anything like that, or trying to be one. It's just I'm just so amazed and curious about how like even at the moment how artificial intelligence can pick apart a WAV file and into like 5 components, and you can alter the levels. So that's where it's going. And it's just as a creative person, as a musician, it's just mind blowing that like. And then but the sound quality is going to get better of that as time goes on. So I've done the digital stuff. So now I'm going into sort of earlier stuff, which is Driftwood, Shapes, the Summerlands, and there'll be Atomcraft as well. Atomcraft will be probably the least of stuff that I'll be putting up on my Rob Redhead archives, and that's because there's a lot of it out there anyway. I will be putting up stuff though from my own private collection of stuff, and I've got some great ideas for what I'm going to be doing in the future with Atomcraft, stuff that's not out there in the public realm, and I'll be doing my own things, sort of far beyond really than what I did with the Hammersmith Odeon Atomcraft show of added guitars. There'll be, it's going to be a bit more than even that. And if any other footage comes up, or if people release other footage, that would be great. Share it with the world, share it with the fans. I've had some good comments from people who are actual fans of Atomcraft, and I used to sort of make the joke, Atomcraft's fan, there'd be one fan, but no, there's plenty of fans around the world of Atomcraft. So it would be nice to see some more video footage coming up, because I'd love to get my hands on that and do my little thing before the AI does it all. I mean, it's just amazing, really. For example, Atomcraft, we play that many shows and big shows. Was the video recorders? Was the stuff being recorded that might come up? I'm going to talk in detail about how I think sound, like a bootleg, could be have visuals added with the real people, turn into a 3D thing, and then put into you click on it and it's a real show, great sound quality. I mean, that's really not that far off, like, judging by how I've done a little bit of research on what's coming. Like, I mean, anything you've got of anything, old demo tapes, anything. I mean, the potential is you could be there at the gig in HD 3D. I mean, in 10 years time, the way things is flying, like with AI. I mean, it's the same with the Shapes. I know there might be video recordings and audio recordings out there as well. Driftwood, there could be stuff. I know Driftwood Mags has got like an hour show video on that, which were done in a church in Sunderland in '94, and pray to God, Mags, you've still got that. I pray to God you've still got that. If you have still got it, treasure it, look after it, and we'll sort that out in the future, because that's going to be the icing on the cake for me. That, like, out of all the music projects I've did and all the bands I was in, it's Driftwood. It's Driftwood, 100%. That was just something special. It was just something special. That we're all young, It was just next level, you know. Can never be repeated because of the age we were and everything. So there is stuff available. I mean, it's great really that we actually have this, have the technology to be able to put all these things together and get them up online. And like I keep saying, which I'll have to keep saying, it doesn't matter about views or anything on videos at the moment. Doesn't matter, because the future's a long time, you know. This thing of shadow banning is everywhere. Everybody's getting it. But there's different platforms, and there's other stuff coming along. Politics will change behind the scenes of these companies. Lots of things will change. I quite like it, to tell you the truth. Right, I'm being perfectly honest here. I quite like it the way it is. I quite like the tumbleweed. You know, I like the way it is. Like, I'm 54 this year, and I'm just putting my stuff up, our stuff up. That's all it is, for the future. As I'm talking here, this is for the future also. So I quite like it at the moment, the way it's like this. If I was putting stuff up, and there was like how it used to be, you know, you could see the counter going up, and there's thousands of stuff hits like a week. I mean, I did pull off once. I pulled up a video like 10 years ago, and it was just flying, and I didn't want that, so I pulled it off, you know. If it happens, it happens. There's nothing. I'm not going to pull videos off because they're getting millions of views, but all I'm saying is I quite like it the way it is. It's a nice quiet space to get everything up as a hobby sort of thing, and just get on with my life, you know. Now, Driftwood, so far I've started uploading. So Driftwood's analog, right, as is the Shapes and as is the Summerlands, and any sort of bits and earlier stuff is tape. So that has to be, what I was going to do is just put up Driftwood, like say the tape. I have a live recording at Rita's house. It was the last time we played together. We knew it was. It was called The Last Take. It was the last thing we done. And you know, you can hear it. There's quite a little bit of emotion there going on, and like, you know, you can hear Rita cracking up a little bit. And you know, there's stuff going on, and which is nice, you know. It was really, you know, we were all sort of having to move on, and it was a sad performance really, but it did capture how we were, you know. And it was the last take. There's, like I said, there's the video one which Mags has, which is maybe 6 months earlier. I think that'll be a band bouncing along, and it's obviously been videoed as well. So rather than just shove everything up as fast as I can, because this is in analog, I'm not going to do that. It was okay to do that with Argencast and Redhead with Horns and Piro Boot Boys and the other stuff. Free Soup will come along later, because it's all in WAV, it's all in digital. This is different. This has to be converted to digital really, and then I can. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to slow the process down. I've got the majority of the sort of heavier stuff that I've ever done up. It's going to get a bit more folky, indie, dare I say grown up, you know. A lot of people would think that. I don't think that. Like, I think I'm just into all music, you know. It depends on what mood I'm in, you know. If I want to listen to some punk one day, I'll listen to punk. If I want to listen to you know, folk, the next day I'll listen to folk. As a songwriter, it's just our music to me, you know. I don't. You get that when I'm out busking and that. Sometimes I might say to somebody, you know, they'll be asking about me music and how I'm playing and that. And oh, you like the country music and all that and the blues, and I like that. And And I'll say, well, what do you like? And they'll say, well, I just like everything, you know. I listen to all sorts of music. Well, I'm one of them people. That's what I am. I'm one of them people. It's just I write as well. So I would imagine that people who are liking me Rob Redhead archive stuff are them same sort of people that, you know, it just depends on what mood you're in, what you want to listen to, you know. I think that just comes with age. As you get older, you sort of like there was a lad once last year, he had an AC/DC t-shirt on and he was listening to us doing some country stuff, old country, and I says, "Aye, into the AC/DC?" He says, "Aye, but I says, I'm sort of coming out of the country now, like." And I said, "No, summer, it's great." I think it's an age thing, definitely, especially with country music. The lyrics is just fantastic. Like blues, I think for me personally, the blues is a bit, it's close to what rock is and metal, because rock and metal originates from the blues, really, that heavy downbeat. And I like the blues, but to me country is more, and I just feels more, I've always felt more D, C and G than A, and D. If you're a musician, you know what that means, you know, because like country and folks, all the sort of the lighter chords, that's where I feel like I've always been more at. It's more of an indie thing, really, you know. Indie music would have came from, is more of a country and folk thing, sound, environment. Whereas, you know, if you're into your metal and your rock, and you still are, you're gonna love the blues, always. The blues is something, like there's a fella said he says, I started listening to the blues like last year. He must have been in his 50s or late 40s or something, and he says, I cannot stop listening to it. He says, every day it's the blues, the blues, the blues, the blues. And I was just laughing at that. Yeah. But it does grab some people, it really does grab people, like, and that's all you listen to. It's a funny thing, the blues. It's hypnotic, the blues, like. So, but anyway, the analog tape, so I'm going to slow it down with the Driftwood. It needs more work, I think. In its purest form, the Driftwood gigs, I'll put them up. I don't know if I'm going to put them up in individual videos or probably the full ones as well, like up on Rumble. I'll be doing that. So even if I'd only ever done Driftwood and see the Summerlands,